Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? We're gonna keep going through this this jam, dude. This is I can't get enough of it. I can't get enough. What a banger, dude. We're gonna have to go back and play some more BPM at some point soon. The music's just too good, man. How is everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. April 26th. It is Tuesday. Everybody ready for some gaming? Some more beautiful games. Switching over to some Loop Hero today. Loop Hero. And, of course, we'll get our gaming news in first. Stay current on what's new. Trying Loop Hero, not bad. Cool, Pinky. Nice, dude. Nice, nice, nice. Awesome, dude. Awesome. Yeah, I've been wanting to play it for a long time. I'll kill the music after this song's over. I can't kill this song right in the middle of it, though. I can't do it. I know it's hard to hear me. I'll cut the music off in a second. We're going to finish this song, though. I know. It was hard. I'll at least take it down just a little bit. I don't even own a truck, dude. You own a truck. You troll. You own a truck. Song will be over in about probably 20 seconds. We're gonna finish the song out. It's too good of a banger, man. This entire soundtrack is just phenomenal. Phenomenal soundtrack. Game is awesome. Soundtrack's awesome. I love it. Yeah, Corn and Foxy been cutting onions in chat already this morning, making everybody tear up. Yep. Smoothie Lord Troll. Yep. Smoothie Lord Troll. Old Wick. What would we do without Wick? You know what I mean? Feeling good this morning, man. The neck's finally loosened up a little bit, man. What is it, dude? Oh, what's that, Wick? Am I getting trolled here again? Yo, sorry. Dude, I love that. I love that soundtrack so much. Yo, Pinky, I'm glad you're trying out Loop Hero, dude. Yeah. I don't know, man. We've had Loop Hero on the Jungle Book. Yo, dude. Yo. True story. True story. That song, actually, dude. So my parents, when I was a youngster, would talk about how much I loved that song from that movie and would just like dance all the time to the Bare Necessities when I would watch the Jungle Book as a kid. So, yo, dude, I agree. Bare Necessities is an absolute banger, dude, for sure. I will agree with that. Absolutely. Absolutely. What's up, guys? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Again, we'll be playing Loop Hero today. We'll jump into news as we always do. Stay current on what's going on. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. It's Tuesday. I guess that's better than Monday, right? Usually for most people anyways. Singing it for like 2 days? That's awesome, dude. That's awesome, man. I love it. I love it. Yo, again, if you're not familiar, I'm going to just free promotion here, dude. BPM. Tim McGraw song. I'm not a big fan of country music. I respect all forms of art. I don't listen to country music. I grew up around a lot of country music. So, but it's like the one type of music I don't listen to. I don't know, man. But I respect it. BPM, fantastic. Roguelite, rhythm-based. FPS game, and the soundtrack is phenomenal. If you have not tried the game and you're into any of those types of genre, I highly recommend checking it out. It's a fantastic game. Let's hop into gaming news as we always do. All right, take a look at what's going on that we might not have seen in our previous segments. Okay, let's get it. Yeah, Loop Hero's been on the schedule for a while, so I don't know. I was trying to decide. We're still gonna play more Slay the Spire, just not yet. We got really close to beating the final boss yesterday. Uh, Obviously not close enough, but Slay the Spire is a lot of fun. I think it's a nice game to kind of have in our pocket to just pull out and play whenever we need some like filler time or whatever. You know what I mean? Or just like a chill game to fall back on. So Slay the Spire was so much fun. I can see us spending more time in that game easily. Um, and we have a few games like that now. Like, yeah, yeah. Well, dude, it was a long stream too. It was a long stream. And I'll say this, I've been a little bit the longer my streams have been going, the less uh I don't know, man, patience I've been having and less than normal just cuz dude, my neck has been screwed up for like 3 or 4 days now. Like pretty bad, like really knotted up. I think I pinched a nerve in my neck. It's been really brutal. Like I'm just now loosening up to where I can actually turn my neck a little bit. It's been like basically having to like turn like this for the most part because I couldn't even like. And as the day goes on, just sitting here at the PC, it's been pretty rough as the day's gone on. So uh, yeah, I was getting a little bit raged yesterday. I know. So I apologize. I do. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. That's awesome, Foxy. I'm glad to hear that. Cool. Yeah, right on. Let's see here. Call of Duty has lost 50 million players in a year. Let's take a look at that real quick. Yo, by the way, let me promote a couple things before I forget here. If uh if I remember correctly, I think so first of all, Witcher 3 Game of Year edition is $10 right now on Steam. Um I think that did I not see dude, I thought I saw Deadfire. Yo, yeah, Deadfire is on sale as well. Yo, stop it. Stop it. I was like, where's the music coming from? Deadfire, guys. Yo, Foxy, don't even trip. Don't even trip. People being here when you can be here is appreciated. You know what I mean? So, uh, I people apologize a lot for feeling like, or people I guess feel like they need to apologize, and I appreciate that notion. Um, to me, I just would say that I understand how busy life can get, and um, I love to interact and provide content and be entertaining to people. So my hope would be that when people find time to be able to attend a place where they feel comfortable and chill and want to relax and have some entertainment, that they're able to come hang out. And I would just say thank you for being here when you can be here. Okay, so no, shut up, Wick. No, no, that's not even. You're not here too much, man. You're absolutely an amazing part of what we do here, and I appreciate you very much. Stop, dude. Stop that. Now, keep trolling me. You're sorry. What's up, Syke? What's up, buddy? So yeah, I mean that's how I truly feel about things. The amount of time that you're ever able to spend here is much appreciated by me. So can we ban Syke today? Rick's fault. Yo, did it even say it? I didn't even hear it. Where is that? Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. What's going on? Give me a second.
All right, that one was on me.
There we go. We're good. We're good. We're good. It was Wick's fault. It was Wick's fault. We're good. We're good. Oh, all right. That's dirty, dude. That's dirty. All right. So, yo, I'm gonna promote this. I saw this on Steam. It's not on their front page of their store or anything, but yo, I loved Deadfire. I had a great time with it. I think both of the Pillars games, I've voiced my opinion. They both had a few issues. Um, I liked both the games very much. I spent over 300 hours in both of these games. If you like CRPGs, right now on Steam, Deadfire, the Obsidian edition is 15 bucks. The standard edition is 10. I would say definitely go for the Obsidian edition if you're interested in playing this game. Getting all the DLC and stuff is substantial additional gameplay, and 15 bucks for the entire game and DLC, all the DLC and stuff is pretty amazing. So this ends. The offer ends on April 29th, and I did not see this on the front page. I just happened to come across it yesterday after the stream whenever I was trying to find whatever game I wanted to play next. And but if you're into CRPGs, RPGs in general, Deadfire is amazing. And if you're interested, 15 bucks is not a bad price for this game at all. Again, I got over 300 hours in this game, and I loved this game. So um, I don't know. There's that. Also, let me bring up Epic real quick. So I promoted this last week a lot. Um, last week, I don't get to go hang out in Wick's channel enough. I don't. I feel bad about that. Um, so look, right now, Amnesia Rebirth and Riverbond are free. Last week was XCOM 2. Last week, XCOM 2 was free. Okay, so your channel's no, it's not, dude. Your channel's cool. Your channel's cool. It's not pure chaos. I've seen channels that are pure chaos, dude. Your channel's fun. Your channel's fun. Yo, actually, if you guys are not familiar, I'll just go ahead and do this real quick. Our buddy Wick, if you're not familiar with Wick's channel, go check out Wick's channel. He'll say shut up. I'll say he should shut up, and then let's just get that out of the way already. But if you're not familiar with Wick's channel, Wick's amazing. He's a great content creator, and there's no doubt that he's a huge troll. So just be prepared for that. Shut I see he's trolling right now. But go check out his channel, throw a follow, show some of that outsider community love, and if you're not familiar already, all right. But check this out, guys. I saw this yesterday as well. Whenever XCOM 2 is free, and I was saying you guys should just go grab the game for free. I always promote free games, you know that. But what I was saying originally was like XCOM 2 is a great game, but it has a lot of really good DLC as well. XCOM 2 on Epic, which it was just free. So if you picked it up for free, if you go to their store page right now, their entire DLC collection, the collection upgrade, is 10 bucks. You can get all the DLC for XCOM 2 right now for 10 bucks. And that's through the 28th. Okay? So you basically got XCOM 2 for free. Now the collection, all this I think has over the collection upgrade is the base game. So you don't necessarily need that, I don't think. But this one right here, um, XCOM 2 collection upgrade actually does have all the DLCs in it. Okay, and it's 10 bucks. So if you already got XCOM 2 for free last week, all the DLCs 10 bucks right now. And there's the DLC. I haven't played through all this or anything like that, but it's supposed to be really good content. So I just saw that yesterday. I wanted to bring that up right now so everybody's aware. If you're interested in either Deadfire, Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire, or XCOM 2, which you should already have the base game from getting it free last week from Epic because I promoted it a lot, then all the DLC is only $10. All right. All right. We're going with gaming now. Gaming news. Gaming news. We've already talked about Ubisoft potentially getting bought out, so we'll see if that comes to fruition or not. We've got that article pulled up. Gaming prom? What? Oh, let's see what this is. The Royal Albert Hall and BBC will host their first ever gaming prom this year. What? Wick. Wick. Yo, Wick. Wick. You ready, dude? You know those tuxedos we talked about, bro? Will you be my date? You ready to go to prom, dude? You ready to go to prom? Don't don't breathe coffee. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I love coffee so much. I just want to try to breathe it sometimes, and it never works. We'll see. We'll see. You know what I'm talking about, right? Though you know the tuxedos I'm talking about, right? Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Well, we'll read the article here in a second. We'll read the article here in a second. I don't know when prom is. Prom August 1st, dude. August 1st. Gaming prom. All right. I'll read the rest of it once we get all our other articles pulled up. Okay, we've got more PS Plus info leaked. If you guys are not aware, we've talked about this already too. Why is Smoothie Lord yelling? He's excited. He's excited to go on because I asked him out on a date. Okay, like so. Here's the thing. We had talked about tuxedos. Wick and I had talked about tuxedos. Uh, I don't know, about a month ago, 3 weeks to a month ago, we talked about tuxedos, and this turned into a situation, just a little bit. This turned into a situation where I was like, dude, if we ever end up going to like a TwitchCon or some kind of convention like that together, uh, I you better tone it down. I'm not awake yet. You could hear the text. You could hear the capitals. Yeah, I know. Um, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna ruin. I'm not gonna ruin the surprise here. But we have something planned. If we ever end up going, just a tip, just a little bit. Yeah. We have a we have a plan for what we're gonna wear together. We've got this all planned out already, and it will be epic. It'll be epic. Just know that. Just know that. If we ever end up going to like a convention together or prom per se, yeah, then we know what we're wearing. Traffic sucks. Sorry. Sorry, traffic sucks, Wick. That's terrible, dude. Sorry, man. I've been there, dude. I lived in one of the top 10 largest cities in the U.S. per capita at one point, dude, and I absolutely hated it. You guys are wild, man. You guys are wild. Okay. Let's see here. So we'll pull this up. Rumor: PS Plus, PS5, PS4 games for May 2022 leaked early. Uh, Yeah. So we'll see what's going on here. Again, the more time goes on here, the more we're gonna see about like the PlayStation subscription service, right? We already kind of know what the subscription service is consisting of, but we're gonna see more about these specific titles that are going to be provided. New Spider-Man remastered patch adds 120 hertz and VRR support. Cool. I'm not gonna pull up this article, but that's good stuff. Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, like the house that we had was outside of city limits. What was considered we did not live inside the city, and we were consumed. Consumed. Yeah, I only lived like 13 miles from work. It would take me like usually 45 minutes one way to get there, and it was just like, if not an hour, it was just brutal. That was one of the reasons we got out of where we were. It's just, it's just not worth it to me. Not worth it, dude. I had a good job. I had a good job, but it's just so stressful, man. Like, just traffic alone and dealing with idiotic drivers and stuff every single day to and from work was just so stressful to me. Outside of just work itself, and it was just like, I just needed something more chill, you know, needed something more chill. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Okay, this is what I keep harping on too. I keep harping on this. Um, yeah, and Montreal is huge, right? So like, I'm sure. Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney talks to Metaverse and crypto. So this is what I want to see before I'm gonna pull this up. Dude, we already have a bot up in here. Are you kidding me? Yo, can anybody want to take a guess? Wick, you want to take a guess? God, dude, you are wild, bro. All right, let's see. Let's see if you got it right, dude. Here lately, it hasn't been too many of those actually, but there has been one. There has been one. Nope, it was a different one, dude. It was a different one. You know what I've been noticing though is quite often these accounts that are getting botted are not new accounts. These are accounts that look like they've been getting hacked, man. I think, and turned into bot accounts. That's what it looks like to me, anyways. It's kind of scary. Unless they're just really old bot accounts or something. Quite often when I see bot accounts, they're like brand new accounts, And these ones I've been seeing here lately are not new. They're not new accounts. They're like older. And some of the other stats on them and stuff make me think that they might have been accounts that got hacked. I don't know. Stolen, hacked and stolen. I don't know though. I'm not sure. But yeah, bye bye bot. Okay, let's keep going. So here's the thing. I keep harping on this. All these companies are throwing out the word metaverse, right? Because it's new and it's trendy. But dude, as far as I'm concerned, none of these devs, none of these gaming companies have told me or shown me anything in regards to what their version of the metaverse has that's anything different than we've already been delivered. So Tim Sweeney needs to tell me what Epic's metaverse is that's different than what they've already provided us. That's what I need to see from these companies. Ubisoft shuts down online servers of dozens of old games. We'll see what's going on there. Dude, what game is that? Yeah, 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 Mamzelle. Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. I mean, I remember whenever I first started streaming, we would have bot attacks constantly. And then when I went through like a long period of not really having to deal with anything, I feel like Twitch does a pretty good job. They do a pretty good job of handling it, but sometimes I mean, that's like basically just the world we live in as streamers, right? It's like, and you know what, dude? Hold on. It's like a vicious cycle, right? People that are in that world and trying to run bots and things like that. Um, if you guys aren't familiar with Mamzelle as well, please go check out Mamzelle's channel. Throw a follow, show some love. Um, and it's like one of those things where they're always finding new ways to get around the prevention and the security measures and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's an ongoing battle. Yeah, for sure, man. So yeah, no worries. It's an ongoing battle. It's just the way it works. It's just like anybody that is trying to circumvent security measures as far as like IT goes, and you've got defenders and you've got hackers that try to get through, and it's like a constant. Uh, it's like warfare, but on the internet, where they're kind of they're always trying to find vulnerabilities and work their way in. You're always trying to fix vulnerabilities and build up the defenses and it's just they'll always find ways and to get in, and then they'll always find ways to fix it and prevent, and it's just a vicious cycle. It's the way it works. BBC's first game prom will include music from Kingdom Hearts. Mamzelle, are we going? Is this gonna be a uh, a triple date here? Are we? Are we all going? We'll read that. We already have something pulled up about the gaming prom, and it'll talk about the music, I'm sure. So, Tom's Hardware Innovation Awards, Game Changers. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, I figured you'd like that. We already know about a lot of Star Wars games that are being created. We've talked about that in previous segments of the gaming news. So, if you're interested, go look at some of the previous segments we've done, either on the channel that have been highlighted or on the YouTube. Yeah. We've already got this up, so we'll take a look at that. New video game lets you drive Ukraine's fearsome tractors. Let's take a look at that. That's actually amazing. There's lots of news this morning. I said that. Now we won't find anything, right? As Apple threatens pulling games, devs explain why forced updates are a preservation nightmare. Let's see what that's about. I loved Kotaku's site too, so hopefully that'll be a good article. All right, looks like Elon Musk has bought. Did I just say bought? Good night, dude. Again, this is not where you come to learn English. Okay, let me make that very clear. You might learn English, but it'll be broken. Understand that. It will be very broken. Bought. I'm going to bought in all your smoothies. Elon Musk. I once bought him the cheeseburger. It was great. Elon Musk officially buys Twitter. Have you guys seen? Dude, I've seen so many memes about Elon Musk buying Twitter. It's just wild. But here it is, right? Words are hard. Yeah, words are hard, especially on not even a cup of coffee yet. Let's be honest. Let's be honest here. So let's take a look at that real quick. It's not necessarily gaming news, but it is. It's pertinent. Just especially because Twitter is a very useful and prevalent platform for very many of us content creators. Yeah. I am not the most that I use. I am not a huge proponent of social media. I just I got away from it a long time ago. I've just seen it be bad for a lot of people, man, and their lives, and so I try not to get too deep into it. But I do use Twitter as a way to just kind of let as many people that are part of the community know if there are schedule changes, if we're changing games, things like that. So for the most part, that's what I use it for. I'll get on there and take a look at maybe what's up with other people that I follow, companies I follow, stuff like that, and I'll retweet some stuff and things like that. But that's about the extent of my use. But a lot of people do use it, and it's pertinent. So we'll take a look at it and see what's going on here. Um, yeah, Activate Games coming to Lexington. Um, Activate Games. Let's take a look at that. Meta Tag launches NFT usernames for gamers. What? Bro, are you kidding me? They're gonna have. Oh, dude, no way. This NFT crap is getting just off the walls. We got a lot of news this morning already. We're just hitting page 3 right now. We haven't even pivoted over to our next search either. Okay. All right. Now we will though. There wasn't much there in page 3. We've already looked at that. We've talked about that. Pokemon goes to the proms. Okay. So Pokemon will be there as well. What? Okay, let's outside the box, the mind-boggling video game packaging of designer Hawk Wei Yeo. I might have butchered that, but we'll take a look at this real quick. Is that Prince of Persia? Is that what that is? I think that might be Prince of Persia. I could be wrong though. March 2022 NPD, elusive new gen hardware drags down sales. We'll see what's that's about. Uh, Xbox just had its best March sales performance in 11 years, bringing in more money than Switch. Really? That's wild. Xbox job ad suggests it's not done with acquisitions. Is that a surprise to anybody? I don't think so. Dude, that's what all these major companies, gaming companies, devs, and everything. That's all they're gonna do now is just soak up and absorb. They're just turning into black holes. They're gonna absolutely just absorb everything they can. Um, and we've talked about there are situations where I think it can be good to save certain companies. Like Activision Blizzard was dying, in my opinion. That company was just eating itself from the inside out. And I think that if a company was going to buy it and take it over and do a decent job of rebuilding it, I think that Microsoft is the company that could do that job. But all these big companies being able to just buy all these smaller companies really is not great for the industry because it just demolishes competition, and that's not good for us. So every major video game DLC releasing this summer. Let's see what we got. All the news, all the news. We've already talked about the Netflix stuff a lot. We're not going to dive into that. Prom again. Eat some raw corn for you, dude. You got it. I will. Yo, do a little dance. Yeah, kind of dance. Is this going into make a little love? Is that what? Get down tonight. We're getting into some lyrics now. Yo, I'll get an ear of raw corn. I will shuck it on stream, so you know it's raw. I'll shuck it on stream and I'll eat it. How about that? Yo, Miss Bat, what's up? Yeah, that is totally a win. Solid. Congratulations. Congratulations. Winning. That's you that's Charlie Sheening right there. That's Charlie Sheening. Uh US video game sales dropped 15% compared to last year. Dude, there is just all kinds of news this morning. It's crazy. Uh yeah, we already know that Raven Software. This is about Raven Software. It's a subsidy of Activision. They work on like Call of Duty and stuff like that. They're trying to unionize right now. That should be happening very soon. We've talked about that. Well, you just scrape yeah, scrape the teeth, Wick. Scrape the teeth. Yeah, that's what you're looking for. Charlie Sheen is a drunk. I cannot confirm or deny. I have no idea. But Charlie Sheen, uh, Tiger's Blood, and Winning. Do you not know what I'm talking about, Miss Bat? Do you not know that like? Have you never seen that interview and seen all the memes that came out of that? It was years of. Oh, okay, okay, yeah. So, there was like what was that like half a decade ago or something like that? It was like 5 years ago or more. Uh, there was an interview with Charlie Sheen. There's an interview with Charlie Sheen, and he was like out of his gourd, and he was talking about like having tiger's blood and just like being a winner and winning and just he was talking madness. And so yeah, that's what like I always associate winning with Charlie being Charlie Sheening is what I call it. If you're winning, yeah, he was probably doing. I bet he was way more than drunk. I would assume Charlie Sheen at that point was way more than drunk. Way more than drunk. I would ask you. I'm not going to pull it up on stream because I quite often when I pull up videos on stream and stuff, I get copyright violations for putting stuff on YouTube, and I don't like dealing with it. But Miss Bat, look it up. Look up Charlie Sheen Tiger's Blood or Charlie Sheen winning. You'll find the video. It is very very popular. Yeah, and it's wild. It's wild. Yeah. Um, Companies try to sell video game. Which say a boss like you needs a boss like me. What is that from, dude? Companies try to sell video gaming as the next big advertising channel. That's actually a really nice quote, dude. I like that. I can't think of what that's from though. Uh, Companies try to sell video gaming as the next big advertising channel. Look, we've talked about. I'm not going to dive into this because this is look product placement for sure has been in games forever. I've talked about this already. We played we did Scaretober last year, right? And in the Fear games we played, Fear is an old game, and we played Fear 1 and Fear 2. They had old. You remember how thick laptops used to be when they first came out? Dude, they had old, thick Dell like XPS laptops placed in those games. Uh, there's been product placement in games forever, man. But it's turning over into more of a um, selling live ad space kind of thing. Microsoft announced it a couple of weeks ago. Now Sony's like, "Oh, that's a really good idea," and they're following suit and they're announcing it now. It's going to be more prevalent in the games. You'll see billboards in like probably like for instance like playing around in Fortnite, right? You'll see a billboard up in Fortnite with live ad space where it'll just like flash and change or whatever, or holograms up with probably different kinds of product placement ads, videos that play. You're gonna see stuff everywhere. It's just gonna be more ingrained and more interactive and live kind of ad space stuff. So prepare to probably see Smoothie Lord smoothies, within your video game ad space somewhere. I don't know. We'll see. BioWare might be the next game studio with unionized. Look, I don't. I think that the workforce needs unionization. I think it's good for people. Better, better benefits, happier workers. You know what I mean? I think that for a long time now, industry has been focused just on just money, 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 money. There's not enough focus on the people that actually work for the companies, having good quality of life, being happy, having good benefits, things like that. And unionization, I think, is at this point very, very much needed. Was needed a long time ago, quite often in most businesses. So you're seeing it come up everywhere in the gaming industry now. The companies themselves are not going to be happy about it. We already see Nintendo has some lawsuits coming because it seems like Nintendo might have been trying to prevent unionization happening. Potentially, I'm not positive, but that's the rumor mill. Um, we've seen all this stuff. One more page. Let's go. Emerging opportunity could send Nvidia stock soaring. We read that yesterday. Uh, mm-hmm. Yep, read all. We've talked about that stuff. Okay. Yeah, we've got that article up. VR must overcome gaming label to bring more consumers into the metaverse. Take a glance at that real quick. And we've read about that before too. Or we've read about and talked about this in previous news segment. So let's go. We got a lot of articles to get through this morning. So let's hit it. Let's hit it. Um, PS Plus games for May leaked early. Uh, allegedly, but almost certainly in for. According to Dill Ables, the trio of PS Plus games for May are FIFA 22, Tribes of Midgard, and Curse of the Dead Gods. I actually would like to play Curse of the Dead Gods. Has anybody played this? It looks pretty fun. It's kind of along the same lines of, if I remember correctly, Curse of the Dead Gods is in a way kind of similar to Hades. Not totally like Hades, but a bit, if I remember correctly. Um, Peers May includes the latest football game from EA Sports, a pair of decent indie titles. I have a feeling there will be some pushback against the selection, but it's an overall solid trio. As always, things like this shouldn't be 100% trusted, but given Dill Labs' recent history, we can pretty safely assume this is legit. Find out tomorrow at any rate, but again, the site has consistently leaked the real lineup multiple times. Anyway, if this is a real deal, what do you make of these games? La 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 la. There you go. This is not confirmed, but probably a safe bet. These are going to be the games coming up for May. PS Plus. Okay. Here we go. Yep. Shush. Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney talks the metaverse, crypto, and antitrust. Now, why do I feel like we might have already looked at this before? All of the rudimentary forms of the metaverse are out there. Few, if any, are as fully realized and well used as Epic Games' Fortnite. Fortnite grew from game to metaverse in an organic way. People began lingering in Fortnite's 3D world after they were done playing, just to hang out with friends. Picking up on this, Epic began hosting planned events for Fortniters, such as concerts and movie previews. Earlier this month, Epic released the latest version of its gaming engine, Unreal Engine 5, which includes new tools for creating highly detailed 3D objects with automated natural lighting effects. There's an emphasis on creating large-scale photorealistic environments with realistic sound and digital humans. Unreal Engine is, I believe, tooling up to build metaverse experiences. Look, Unreal Engine 5 looks amazing. We've already seen images that look incredibly lifelike come out of Unreal Engine 5. And there are games that have already kind of been built up on Unreal Engine 5 that look great. They're also huge. These games being built on Unreal Engine 5 are large compared to what we've seen in the past. In March, I went to Epic's headquarters in Cary, North Carolina, to speak to Epic CEO Tim Sweeney about those new tools and about the metaverse of the future. This interview has been lightly edited for clarity and length. Are we reaching a stage where graphics technology can build worlds that are so lifelike they can spill out of games and be used as realistic simulations of things we normally do in person? That's exactly what's happening, and it's making possible this phenomena they talked about in the late 1990s of convergence. Remember that? Like CD-ROMs and multimedia? The idea pitched back then was that you would have the same kinds of media capabilities across films and games, and that they would come together in a single industry that had the best of both worlds. Took 25 years extra, but we're actually there now, and convergence is happening because you're able to use the same sort of high-fidelity graphics on a movie set and in a video game, yes. And in architectural visualization and automotive design, you can actually build all of these 3D objects, both a virtual twin to every object in the world, or every object in your company, or in your movie. And then you can use all of those same assets across many different forms of media. So we're basically we're about to be thrust into the matrix, if you will, right? No big deal. No big deal. Tim Sweeney talking to CNBC in 2020, we want to make it possible for any developer to bring their content into Fortnite and for any brand to have their presence known in Fortnite. We want it to grow into an ongoing, self-evolving ecosystem. That was 2 years ago, well before the industry's current metaverse fixation. Yes, even though most of the industry's developers throw around the term metaverse without actually making it clear what their version of the metaverse actually consists of. And it sounds like you're talking about an open sort of metaverse where developers and creators have more control. Fortnite Creative is a set of tools that anybody can use to build their own Fortnite island. About half of Fortnite playtime by users is now in content created by others, and half is in Epic content. And that's just the very beginning. Later this year, we're going to release the Unreal Editor for Fortnite. The full capabilities that you've seen in Unreal Engine opened up so that anybody can build very high quality game content and code and deploy it into Fortnite without having to deal with us. It's open to everybody. Okay, wild. Our aim is to make it a first-class outlet for reaching the consumers, just like you might look at the mobile app stores and consoles and Steam as ways to reach users. Now, people are always looking at Fortnite and at Roblox as ways of reaching users. Along with that, we're building an economy, and it will support creators actually building businesses around their work and making increasing amounts of profit from the commerce that arise from the people playing their content. The web we've got today is dominated by a few big platforms and app stores that charge high rents to reach users. Platforms and their investors spend a lot to build their technology. They got rich. Will the financial incentives be there to build a more decentralized web? At the same time, they're burning the world down, and governments and courts are chasing them all over the world to stop their bad practices. Speaking broadly about all gatekeepers or social media, there's the App Store monopolies. You know how much money Apple makes just off their App Store? It is flippin' insane. It is insane amount of money. But the good news is that all the companies, app developers, brands that participate in these ecosystems get it. They've now seen the trick. They were tricked 10 or 15 years ago. They got lured into this, and now large parts of their businesses are trapped within these walled gardens. Whenever we talk to third-party companies, world-class brands about bringing major brand presences into Fortnite, they're all about how they can reach customers and build direct relationships with customers themselves. They're not going to accept any gatekeeper. So as all of the brands talk to all of the different aspiring metaverse platforms, Fortnite or Roblox or Minecraft, or more broadly, maybe you start looking at PUBG Mobile, GTA Online, they're really going to be keeping us honest and ensuring that they're not going to support another company inserting itself as an overlord between them and their customers. What's it going to take to build a metaverse that's not dominated by such overlords? We can build this open version of the metaverse over the next decade on the foundation of open systems, open standards, and companies being willing to work together on the basis of respecting their mutual customer relationships. You can come in with an account from one ecosystem, play in another. Everybody just respects those relationships, and there's a healthy competition for every facet of the ecosystem. That's the thing the world had in the early days of the web. That's been torn down by the walled gardens and their monopolization processes. Right now, you don't have a competitive app store economy. You don't have a competitive advertising online advertising economy. And you can probably pick out a dozen economies which are not competitive because they're controlled by tied services where a monopoly ties use of one category of its services to its uses of its others. So you're forced to take on them all or to leave entirely. Yeah. That's the big focus of worldwide antitrust efforts, ensuring each market participant can compete fairly in their market without monopoly ties. That's going to open the path to the open metaverse. Without that, even if you did build the open metaverse, Apple and Google would still end up dictating all the terms to everybody. Yeah, look, this is a very, 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 very. Oh, I'm gonna get down to just the summary of this. Uh, Is there anything else you'd like to add? I think it's really interesting. We're releasing this engine with a bunch of code and a bunch of tools, but it's really exciting to probe what it does for the world. What really happens as a result of this and how it fits into the bigger picture. It's a shame that the metaverse is so overhyped right now. I agree. Especially when it's very vague as to what most companies are trying to develop as their version of the metaverse, right? Uh, there's all this gas and blockchain and this, but you add up the users, and we found about 600 million people playing metaverse types of experiences socially with their friends. That's what I'm getting across, is that there's currently already, the metaverse is not a new thing. Yo, Ava, what's up? How are you? Yeah, so the metaverse is not like a new thing. We've already been like thrust into these like metaverse experiences by most devs, right? There are these metaverse ecosystems and worlds that we're already playing within. Yet metaverse is a new term that all these devs are kind of throwing around, right? And this is a great statement here. Playing in metaverse types of experiences socially with their friends already, right? That's what I'm saying. So if metaverse is just this new like coined phrase that's very popular, it makes it seem like something that's new. And if a dev is trying to create a new experience or a new type of world or universe within their gaming development that they're going to call their metaverse, they need to be very clear about what they are creating that is going to bring us a new experience, to call it their metaverse or whatever. That sets it apart from what they've already done for us, right? In the past. That's what I'm trying to get across. Ava, how you been? That's impressive and telling. I just hope people don't get overly excited about the Web3 stuff and they get disappointed when it doesn't all materialize at once. I think it's like 1999 Part 2, and there's going to be some reckoning with reality for the companies that are building things that don't quite and don't really work. It's also a renaissance when the foundations for the future are actually being built right now. Yeah. So that's actually a really good article. At least they're very clear about what they're doing with their products, and I mean, look, Epic makes a lot of money. They are not hurting. There's no doubt. I threw the article right there in chat. So if you guys want to take we skipped a little bit of material that we have a lot of news to get through this morning. I didn't want to read everything. Um, Epic is doing just fine. And it's good to see companies take some of the things like their engines and things like that and throw them out there and be like, show us what you can make with it. And it sounds like Epic's trying to not be, I guess, what they were calling a gatekeeper, as it were, with their products and be like, you can use this as long as we're cut into whatever you end up making off of it, right? They just want to see what people are able to do with some of their stuff and add to their worlds and everything. Yeah. We'll see how it progresses. It's hard for me to. I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt. it's always hard for me to, especially with these very very large companies and large devs. I always think I mean, there's got to be some way they're looking at it where they're going to be making money, right? Because that's always what they're after. So there's got to be something in there that they're after money wise. We'll keep tabs on it. We'll see. Ubisoft shuts down online servers for dozens of old games. Ubisoft has announced. Whoa! The termination of online services for nearly 100 of its older games. Publisher is clearly doing a bit of housekeeping, shutting down online multiplayer servers for software that's, let's be honest, well past its sell-by date. Sorry, yeah, that kind of popped up there real quick, didn't it? Here's the deal. We just read, I think it was yesterday, in our news segment yesterday, about how unwell the kind of Ubisoft is doing right now, as well as the fact that Ubisoft might be getting bought out very soon. What was it? 2018, 2019 at this time? Ubisoft shares were at like $141 a share, I think, US. And I think right now they're down. It was something like that, 150, somewhere around there, $150 a share, around that. And now I think they're down to about $41 a share or something. It's a pretty. They've gone down quite a bit. So there's also it looks like they're on the verge of being bought out. Again, if you're interested in seeing what we pulled up about that, go look at yesterday's news segment, and you should be able to find where we talk about what's going on with Ubisoft right now. That's just kind of a little TLDR. But among the list of 90 games are 40 that appear on PlayStation, whether that's PS4, PS3, or even PS2. In one instance, it's Rainbow Six Lockdown, if you were curious. Other games on the list include Rayman Origins, Call of Juarez 2 and 3, Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2, Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2, and a total of 11 Just Dance titles. You can view the full list through here. Here's the full list. I just threw it in chat. There you go. That's the full list of titles that looks like servers are being shut down for, services are being shut down for. If anything, it's pretty surprising that most of the games on the list still had multiplayer available. How many were still playing Haze, I Am Alive, and Avatar Online on PS3 in 2022? Probably far from enough to justify the cost of keeping those servers running. The upshot is that the games can, of course, still be played offline, so you won't lose access to Hawks 2 on PS3 completely. All right. Well, I feel like Ubisoft is kind of cleaning up shop right now. They are trying to really clean things up, it seems. Tom's Hardware. Tom's Hardware Innovation Awards 2022 Game Changers. Every day at Tom's Hardware, we have the privilege of testing the latest gear and the responsibility of accurately sharing our findings with our readers, from processors to gaming PCs, 3D printers, Raspberry Pi expansion boards. Tom's Hardware is actually a really cool site. If you're not familiar, they all kinds of tech stuff, man. Really, I like Tom's Hardware. I always have. Okay, to recognize the real game-changing products and the companies behind them, launched the first annual Tom's Hardware Innovation Awards. 26 products below each disrupt the market in some way and set a standard that others may follow. This is Risen's new processor, by the way, and this thing is supposed to be a bad dude or dudette, whatever you want to refer to it as. The performance of this thing, especially for gaming, is kind of off the walls. We saw this recently in one of our other news segments. It's kind of blowing other processors out of the water right now. It's only, what is this, an 8-core 16-thread, I think? Yeah. It's an 8-core 16-thread chip. It's like half the price of the new Intel processors that are double the core and like 8 more threads, I think. And it's outperforming those Intel processors at half the price in gaming. It's pretty insane. It's got 96 megs of level 3 cache, and that, yeah, so right here, 7% faster than the Core i9 12900KS. And that processor, the Core i9, costs 70% more than this Ryzen 7 chip. So it's pretty significant. Look, AMD has always been the budget chip, right? But AMD performance-wise they have raised the bar with their new line of processors and stuff. They have hit it. They have done it, and it's pretty insane. We're not going to go through all of these, but we'll take a quick glance. 3090 graphics card. Dude, everything I've read about the Steam Deck is that it is a solid platform. So if you don't need a PC, the big difference here is if you're just looking for a mobile gaming device to play PC games on, this is, I don't think you can go wrong here. But if you could use a PC as well, it's hard to argue with the fact that like a laptop actually is a useful device other than just to play games on. It is actually a computer as well, right? It's a very useful utility. So just depends on what you need. They're going to get into monitors and stuff like that now. What is this? Oh, Surface. Look, if you're interested in anything else that's in this article, I'll throw it in the chat. There you go. New video game. This is actually pretty wild. New video game lets you drive Ukraine's fearsome tractors. If you're not aware, if you haven't seen very much stuff from what's happened with the war and everything, a lot of, Ukraine's population that has been taking up fighting in the war are just farmers and civilians and stuff. And a lot of the farmers and everything, they've just like hopped in their tractors, gone and like hooked them up to tanks that were unoccupied and just bounced with them, dude, and taken them. It's pretty wild. And now there's obviously a game that's been made about like manning Ukraine tractors and doing the thing, man. It's pretty wild. New video game lets you drive Ukraine's fearsome tractors. A symbol of Ukrainian resistance is now a bona fide video game star. That is sick, dude. Ukrainian Farmy, dude. Wild. Ukrainian Tractor is starring in its own video game. Ukrainian Farmy is an indie game on itch.io that lets players use tractors to haul away destroyed Russian tanks, APCs, and other armored vehicles. Look at this noise. Dude, that tractor was hauling right there. That thing was going fast. But this is legit what was happening and is happening in real life over in the war, man. These farmers were just like, yo, we got this. We got this. And they're just like hooking up. They're finding these vehicles that are like unoccupied and they're just yoinking them, dude. And then the military is like confiscating them and stuff. It's great. Hold on. So shut your mouth. All donations and proceeds from this game will go to volunteer efforts and NGOs working in Ukraine to help those in need. Awesome. That's what I was hoping. The tractor is a symbol of resistance in Ukraine. Russia has lost almost 700 tanks, and social media is full of images and videos of Ukrainian farmers hauling away the twisted wreckage of Russian tanks with their mighty tractors. Now, players can relive the experience of using a tractor to haul off a weapon of war in the video game Ukrainian Farming. It's a simple game. Players tool around the countryside in a tractor, looking for wreckage and dodging artillery fire, collecting 6 pieces of armor, and haul them back to your farm while jaunty music plays. The faster you collect 6 pieces, the better you score. Every strike by artillery fire adds 10 seconds to the clock. Even Ukrainian's Ministry of Defense is getting into the action and promoting the game. That's sick, dude. That's sick. That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool. I'll retweet that, dude. That's pretty neat, dude. That's pretty neat, man. All right. Build only as Ukrainian on their itch.io page. Developers shared their motivations for creating the game. At 5 a.m. on February 24th, we woke up to the sounds of Russian missiles bombing our cities without any declaration of war. We have spent the following days taking our families to safety. We have made sure we are where we need to be to help those dear to us and our country. Some of us are now volunteers and members of the Ukrainian armed forces. Others are actively involved in civilian volunteer groups providing for those in need. These groups procure and deliver food, medicine, warm clothes, and other things to civilians in our capital, Kiev, and other cities all over the country. They evacuate civilians trapped in places under attack by Russian forces. They need your help. According to the development team, they're doing what they do best, making video games. Ukrainian Farming is a pay what you want game where anyone can download it and pay what they're comfortable with. Suggested price is $3.99. People can pay more or less. According to the page, any payment is a donation to the developers. They also provide direct links to humanitarian organizations and imply that donating to them is as good as paying directly for the game. That's amazing. I'm going to put this link in chat. There you go. Um, very, very cool. While we're on the topic, let me just, I want to express something right now. I feel like people lose sight of the fact that there are a lot of people in Russia that are against this war. So don't forget that, okay? Um, Not everybody in Russia, don't lump this. Yeah, don't lump that, okay? So just try to keep that in mind. Um, don't lump everybody that is Russian together, okay? There are a lot of people, a lot of Russian nationalists that are very much against this war. Okay, and I try to bring that up anytime the topic of the war comes about because I think it's very important. I think it's very easy for people to lose sight of that, and it's a very difficult situation. It's a very difficult situation because we see all the time where you know, like pro sports and competitions and stuff. They're not allowing Russia to take part and things like that. And it's a stance against Russia's government, but unfortunately, it's also affecting people that aren't necessarily proponents of the war. It's a very difficult situation, and it sucks. Um, what I would say is just try to keep in mind that the reason this is taking place is because of Russia's government, and there are definitely people within that country that are proponents of the war, but there are a lot of people that live in that country that are against this war too. So keep that in mind, okay? Just whenever the topic of what is happening here, it is unfortunate. It is unfortunate. This sucks. War is terrible. It's a terrible thing. There are a lot of innocent people losing their lives, and war is nasty. It is. It is a terrible, terrible, terrible thing. And, you know, hopefully it will all be over sooner rather than later. And, but just keep that in mind that not everybody, that is within Russia is a proponent of this war. There are a lot of people that are nationalists of Russia that are very much against this. Okay, just keep that in mind. Apple says, as Apple threatens pulling games, devs explain why forced updates are a preservation nightmare. Critics of the Apple Store improvement plan say the update requirement is arbitrary and burdensome. Although the mobile gaming ecosystem is known for hosting live service games that monetize more aggressively than standalone console games, no shortage of creators making mobile games that don't call for constant updates. Now, some indie developers are finding out what can happen when you put your finished games on the Apple App Store and don't update them for a few years. They can get delisted from one of the largest video game storefronts in the world. I feel sick. So from Protopop Games. I read that very wrong to begin with. I feel sick. Apple just sent me an email saying they're removing my free game, Motivoto, because it's more than 2 years old. It's part of their app improvement system. This is not cool. Console games from 2000 are still available for sale. This is an unfair barrier to indie devs. Robert Cobway is the developer behind Motivoto, a puzzle matching game that's free to play, contains no microtransactions. On April 22nd, he received a notice from Apple stating that Motivoto would be removed from the Apple Store in 30 days because it had not been updated in a significant amount of time. Kotaku reached out to Apple for a comment, but did not receive a response by the time of publication. Apple's email bore the subject line Apple App Store Improvement Notice, suggesting that the company sees this culling of games that haven't been updated in some time as a way to improve its digital marketplace. Cobway, I might be butchering that. I'm so sorry if I am. However, feels that the platform's pressure to push out constant updates is an unfair barrier to indie devs. In a Twitter thread reacting to the notice, he states that he was trying his best to scrape a living from my indie games, trying to keep up with Apple, Google, Unity, Xcode, Mac OS changes that happen so fast my head spins. He argued that the update requirement was arbitrary since Apple did not specify what type of changes it was looking for. Motivoto was last updated in March 2019. That feels bad. Other developers have been hit with this. Games can exist as completed objects. Her free games are completed artworks from years ago. Android is hardly any more welcoming to creators with limited time and budget. Google announced on April 6th that Play Store would be delisting apps that haven't been updated within 2 years of the latest Android version release. This is what I'll say. Let me finish this up real quick. Mobile currently represents 52% of the entire gaming market. Yeah, I mean, it's huge. Projected to see even more growth in the future. It really sucks that the overlords of the biggest gaming storefronts refuse to see the value of preserving games based on their artistic significance rather than the principle of infinite growth. It would be a different situation if they were letting these devs know that, like, as the OS potentially for these devices is changing, the games need to be updated to match or something like that in order to prevent vulnerabilities for some reason or whatever. But it doesn't seem like that's the case, right? And it's not like they're explaining what kind of updates they're looking for or anything. So yeah, this is pretty terrible. I don't know how they can get away with doing that if, I mean, it's their storefront. I guess they can do whatever they want, which sucks, but I don't know. That's pretty rough. Feels bad. Here we go. Elon Musk officially buys Twitter. Twitter announced in a news bulletin that it has entered into a definitive agreement to be acquired by an entity wholly owned by Elon Musk for 52. Yeah, 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 yeah. So I've seen a lot of memes and stuff like this coming up in. I frequent Imager in downtime. Phone is so old. Most of the things I wanted to download don't even support it anymore. Yeah, yeah. This was kind of like a yikers kind of. Whenever we pulled up this article, I talked about this. I'd seen a lot of stuff indicating this was in the works throughout the previous couple of weeks. This is the first time we've come across it in the news segment. It's not necessarily game specific, but I pulled it up because there are a lot of content creators that actually use Twitter as their primary form of social media. Yeah, so um, for $54.20 a share US, I think that is, per share in cash in a transaction valued at approximately 44 billion. Upon completion of the transaction, Twitter will become a privately held company. Twitter says the transaction is expected to close in 2022, subject to stockholder and regulatory approval. Original story: Tesla CEO and billionaire Elon Musk recently purchased 9.2% of Twitter stock, shortly after which there was a bit of a will he, won't he dance with Twitter CEO Parag Agrawal, the same CEO who announced Musk was also being added to the company's board of directors, before U-turning after a week of odd tweets from Musk, after which Musk said essentially, "Saw this for a game of toy soldiers, I'm buying the lot." Musk offered the $54.20 a share for Twitter and said if it wasn't accepted, I would need to reconsider my position as a shareholder. Wow. Basically, you put him in a spot, huh? The two sides could apparently reach an agreement as soon as Monday if negotiations go smoothly. Uh, Musk described his aims in buying Twitter thus in a filing to the U.S. financial regulator. I invested in Twitter as I believe in its potential to be the platform for free speech around the globe. I'm sorry, hold on, dude. I'm sorry, hold on. For free speech around the globe, and I believe free speech is a societal imperative for a functioning democracy. Uh, However, since making my investment, I never realized the company will neither thrive nor serve this social imperative in its current form. Twitter needs to be transformed as a private company. Twitter has extraordinary potential. Excuse me. I will unlock it. Well, that escalated. As for Musk, he hasn't said anything about the apparently imminent acquisition on his social feed, preferring to spend the last day trolling Bill Gates. At least we can be sure of one thing: Twitter will probably get that edit button. Uh, a lot of the memes I've been seeing is that like Elon Musk is trying to buy Twitter so people can't talk crap about him. That's why that was so funny. Like that's what all the memes I've been seeing throughout the past couple of weeks was like. Apparently, Elon Musk is trying to buy Twitter so people can't post crap talk about him anymore. And then that's why I started laughing so hard at the what was the wanting to turn it into a free speech platform for the world, but it like totally it's just very ironic there. It's very funny. I don't know. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. That's I don't know, dude. I don't know. Good night. 44 billion, just pocket change, right? 44 billion. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't have that just lying around? Jesus, it's crazy. Activate Games coming to Lexington. A new exercise and gaming option is coming to Lexington. Interactive gaming experience Activate Games is hosting a grand opening event from May 6th to 8th to May 8th. Currently, Louisville is home to another Activate Games as well as one in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Excited to be opening our second facility in Kentucky and our third location in the U.S., Bryce Anderson, owner of Activate Games, said in a news release. Lexington is our home and headquarters. The community has welcomed our other ventures, Breakout Games, Orange Leaf Frozen Yogurt, and Vinaigrette Salad Kitchen with open arms, and we are confident Activate Games will be met with the same excitement. Activate Games offers a fusion of technology and physical activity to create live-action gaming, according to a news release. The games offered are meant to test the physical and mental agility of teams and individuals across a wide variety of real-life challenges. Physical Arcade offers multiple games where players will run, jump, crawl, and shoot with several levels, each increasing in difficulty. I've seen some videos of this kind of stuff, them doing these games. It looks like a lot of fun. The games offered are meant to test the physical and mental agility of teams and individuals across a wide variety of real life challenges. Physical Arcade offers multiple games where the players will run, jump. Yeah, I read that. I'm stupid. Activate Games has a variety of gaming rooms, including hoops, push, hide, laser, grid, trench, pipes, climb, and much more. An electronic wristband tracks participants' score and progress throughout the experience, making it perfect for a casual night out or intense competition. Reads the news release. Like any arcade, you will be able to collect points and gain rewards. An electronic wristband is given to players to track scores and progress and allows you to save progress from one visit to another. Very cool, man. Yeah, very neat. I would love to try it out. I definitely need to be more active. I need one of these in my house, dude. Set up a stream to where I can like be doing this inside this room. Yo, my phone's actually getting a bit old too. It still is performing pretty well, but I'm gonna have to upgrade before too long. Oh, I like my phone. Excuse me. I like my phone though. Uh, let's see what this is about, dude. Uh, MetaTag launches NFT usernames for gamers. MetaTag, the NFT registration platform, today announced that it has given gamers worldwide full control of their digital identity across all aspects of the metaverse, NFT games, online gaming platforms, and exchanges. Players will be able to register a username or gamer tag of their choice on the blockchain to use in game, creating a fully owned digital alias for the first time ever. Built by gamers for gamers with a world class team from the likes of Goldman Sachs, Riot, and Kraken, MetaTag's platform enables users to verify who they say they are and consolidate all their disparate personas into one cohesive identity through their gamertag username in the form of an NFT on the blockchain. Huh. Huh. This verified identity is then transferable across gaming platforms and the metaverse. It enables users to build a gaming profile that is 100% owned by them, which no one can copy or counterfeit, eliminating the risk of gaming identity theft. It essentially gives users one identity across the metaverse. Collaborating with some of the world's leading gaming companies, such as Atari Token, MetaTag will be fully integrated into a range of future product releases, enabling players to not only secure their lifelong identity, but also gain access to unique in-game features. These include discounts and pre-sale offers on a range of NFT play-to-earn games, savings on purchasing land in different metaverses, and special characters powers when you hold a verified meta-tag. Good night, dude. Tied to each user's meta-tag is their in-game stats and achievements, so gamers can see how they rank against the competition in certain fields. Users will also be able to link external data here, such as their Twitch streams and social handles, essentially creating the first dedicated link tree for gamers. Additionally, when it comes to payments on exchanges and dexes, verification of a user's identity is especially important. By having a registered username or gaming tag, a user's legitimacy to make or receive payments will be immediately verified. Payment will also be simplified rather than copy and pasting long hexadecimal addresses. Meta tags can also be used as a payment address, and users will simply be able to send funds to a user's registered gaming tag username. CEO of Atari Token says Atari Chain is excited to be integrating with MetaTag for the release of our upcoming Metaverse and pay-to-earn game. We believe identity is going to play an extremely important role in the space, and our integration with MetaTag will ensure gamers and users can carry their brand and identity with them in the digital world. Co-founder and CEO of MetaTag said, "For any pro or up-and-coming gamer, your username gamertag is your brand. With 3.1 billion gamers worldwide, we realize how important and personal their username or gamertag is in showcasing their online persona and creativity." Okay, if you're interested, here you go. There you go. Yeah, it's Prince of Persia. I was right. Yeah, look at this. Look at this box. Outside the box, the mind-boggling video game packaging of designer Hawkway Yao. Uh, I might have butchered that. This is a long article, but look at these are some pretty wild designs here. Jet Fighter 2, look at that box. Gabriel Knight, Prince Persia 2, Spectre VR. These are wild. Wolfpack. I remember seeing some of these like way back in the day. Just how wild the boxes were and stuff kind of bring back some memories. Yeah, if you're interested, I'm not going to read through all this. It's a very long article, but there it is. That's pretty cool. Seeing all these old like designs of boxes and stuff. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. And you don't. I mean, you're definitely not going to see anything like this hardly anymore, unless it's like you're actually buying a collector's edition of something for a hard copy. You know what I mean? Everything just so you're so everything's so digital now. Your digital collections of everything. So quite often you're just not going to see very much of this anymore. It's very unique. It's very cool. Uh, Elusive new gen hardware drags down sales. Stop it. Gaming fans in the United States spent less on video game products in March. See, this is we've got two different things going on here. Look at this article. Gaming fans in the U.S. spent less on video game products in March, according to industry tracking firm NPD Group. Our next article is that Xbox just had its best March sales performance in 11 years. So apparently, every other company besides Xbox just tanked. That's the only thing I can figure. If both of these articles are actually factually correct, Xbox did amazing, and every other gaming company just tanked. Those declines are due to multiple factors, but an ongoing hardware drought is one of the primary downward driving forces. That likely had a strong knock on the effect, contributed to a decline across all categories. Here are the full results. Total video game sales negative 15%. This is from a year ago, between from March 2021 to March 2022. Video game content. This is physical and digital full games, DLC, MTX, subscription, consumer spending across consoles, cloud, mobile, portable, PC, and VR platforms, negative 13%. Video game hardware, negative 24%. Video game accessories, negative 23%. Now, this is just March sales performance. So this isn't over the past year. So that's the difference. March 2022, consumer spending across video game hardware, content, and accessories declined 15% compared to a year ago to $4.9 billion. It's still a ton of money. Still a ton of money. Analyst Matt Piscatella said declines were seen across all major categories of spend. Of course, it's also clear that the industry is now giving back some of the gains it made during the pandemic. Games grew quickly when consumers had few other choices when it came to spending their entertainment budget. That momentum has slowed through the first quarter of 2022. I feel like first quarter is always going to be a bit lower than last quarter of the previous year, but let's just get past that. March 2022, top 20 best-selling games of the month. Elden Ring. Are you kidding me? Gran Turismo 7 for real? Dude, I would not touch Gran Turismo 7. With everything I know about Gran Turismo 7 and their microtransactions and what they've done to make it harder for people to grind in-game currency and stuff, there is no way I would grab Gran Turismo 7. Get wrecked. I cannot believe that is one of the top selling games. That's terrible. I feel so bad. But Kirby and the Forgotten Land, there you go, Wick. MLB The Show 22, Horizon 2, Forbidden West, Pokemon Legends still up there, WWE 2K22, Mario Kart 8, Call of Duty Vanguard, Stranger of Paradise, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, Ghostwire. Ghostwire's still up there, man. That's higher than I thought. We just haven't had a ton of new games coming out other than like Ghostwire, really, and Elden Ring. Yeah, a bit of a lull, I feel like. And we've had Kirby. Pokemon. When did Pokemon come out? First of the year, right? Hmm. Okay. Xbox just had its best March sales performance in 11 years, bringing in more than money than Switch or PS5. Uh, they've had a lot more supply in too. Between the Xbox Series S remaining in stock consistently and the increasingly obtainable Series X, Microsoft's consoles led in terms of hardware dollars for March and the entire first quarter of the in the U.S. Uh, the Switch still sold the most units for both time periods, but higher Xbox prices and PS5 supply that still can't meet demand combined to snap a streak of either the Switch or PS5 topping all of the lists over the last year or so. According to stats released by NPD, video game analyst Pat Piscatello, which we saw in the previous article, hardware sales were 515 million in March, down 24% from 2021, and 1.2 billion in quarter one, down 50% from 2021. Yep. Despite that, this is the best March result for Xbox hardware sales in a long time, with the most total units sold since March 2011, most revenue for March since 2014, just a few months after the Xbox One was released. Just like February, Elden Ring was the March's top-selling game, followed by GT7. Yuck, dude. Ugh, I hate seeing that. Just because of what I know about that game. Sony can get wrecked for what they've done to GT7. Every major video game DLC releasing this summer. Let's see. Last decade or so, DLC has often been linked with greedy publisher practices, with the likes of EA locking vital content behind a paywall. Imagine a company like EA locking content behind a paywall. Weird, right? What a terrible company. EA can get wrecked as well. We talk about that quite often. Thankfully, DLC seems to be moving towards its roots, as over the last few years, DLC offerings have been a little bit more substantial. Ghost of Tsushima Iki Island expansion, Final Fantasy VII Remake's intermission update, even though the port to PC is still an absolute trash can from what I understand, except for the community-made mod. Square Enix needs to patch this game. Then maybe I'll buy it. And all of No Man's Sky's slew of updates. Yo, random emote time, by the way. And look at the emote. This is the first time I think we've gotten the emote of I'm glitched, dude. Random emote time, guys. Let's go. Poggers. Let's go. Random emote time. To continue the trend, this summer is filled with exciting, expansive DLCs for some of the best games around. Elder Scrolls Online High Isle. Add dozens of hours of story content to the game. 2 new companions being added with the expansion, including a Khajiit Sorcerer and Breton Knight. High Isle is bringing an expansive new card game named Tales of Tribute, as well as PvE and PvP options. Tales of Tribute will have its own complex progression system, which will give players unique rewards as they ascend the ranks. New Breton-themed weapons and armors, heading to Elder Scrolls Online with its High Isle expansion, along with new world events that will see volcanic fissures erupting around the new islands, set to release on June 6th on PC and June 21st for consoles. Outriders World Slayer, I've already seen this being promoted. Square Enix, Outriders, big update this summer. World Slayer expansion will be available for players on June 30th, boosting underleveled characters to level 30. World Slayer brings a whole new standalone campaign to Outriders, fleshing out the backstory of the planet Enoch and a mysterious new altered foe. New armors, weapons, mods are coming to the World Slayer update, resulting in over 100 new legendary items being added. 2 new progression systems are also being implemented, with the first being the pack system, which gives players over level 30 new upgrades based on the subclasses they choose. Excuse me. Players over level 30 will also earn XP for their ascension level, which will grant them additional skill points. Cuphead, the delicious last course. I would love to play some Cuphead. I haven't played it before, but I would love to. One of the most highly anticipated DLCs of the last few years, Cuphead, the delicious last course, finally releasing this summer on June 30th. New bosses, weapons, and a whole new island come to Cuphead with this DLC. New playable character, Miss Chalice, is also being added to the game, who utilizes a unique moveset and abilities that differ from Cuphead's and Mugman's. A new NPC, Chef Salt Baker, will also make an appearance, aiding the player with new upgrades and consumables. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. Sunbreak takes players on a journey to the mountainous Elgato outpost, where they'll encounter the monstrous 3 lords. Based on Western horror icons, these 3 lords should pose a significant challenge, even to those who bested the rest of Monster Hunter Rise's roster. To battle these new monsters, Sunbreak is also bringing a range of new weapons, armors, and combat abilities to the game. New locales, towering monsters, and a slew of new gear. Should be plenty of Monster Hunter fans to sink their teeth into. Okay. Cool. All right. So, new DLC coming for games if you're interested in those. Um, we actually already hit on the drop from last year. I'm not going to read into this. We already read into that. I didn't know I had it pulled up twice. Don't want to subscribe. What is this? Okay. What is the actual VR must overcome gaming, yeah, to be incorporated into the metaverse or metaverse won't merely be a place to play virtual reality games, they claim. It will be nothing short of the next manifestation of the internet, promising new ways to work, shop, and socialize in 3D online worlds. A lot of writing on this idea already, with numerous LA area tech firms spending big to build and prepare for the metaverse. There's a problem that the VR industry must overcome for that grand vision to be realized. Many consumers view VR headsets as just video game devices, more akin to a PlayStation than a personal computer. A majority, 55% of consumers recently surveyed by PlayStation Vista-based National Research Group, said they'd be more interested in buying a VR device if it had multiple uses like a tablet or smartphone rather than only being good for gaming. Some VR headsets are starting to offer non-gaming apps that let users stream movies, browse the internet, and perform other basic computing functions. Los Angeles-based Trip, for example, offers meditation sessions on platforms like Meta's Oculus and Sony's PlayStation VR. I think it's becoming more mainstream for people to use VR headsets other than to just game on. Obviously, they were created with a focus on gaming, but I mean, we have individuals in this community as well that use VR headsets and use them. We'll use them to like watch the stream and stuff like that, or watch movies and things like that. So I think it's becoming more mainstream for them to be used outside of just gaming, and I think that I mean, what about VR chat? Is VR chat considered gaming? Is that gaming? I don't know that I would consider VR chat. It's like a gray area. It's not necessarily totally gaming. It's definitely going into a software program and not using it in the way that they're talking about for like a meditation session or anything, but it's not your traditional, using the VR headset to play a traditional video game either, though, right? You're more interacting with a an online community of other people doing the same thing. So I don't know. I don't know. It's changed the VR sphere of what they're being used for is changing. I think it's becoming more commonplace for VR to not just be used in video games. Uh, I think it's they're still viewed mainly as a gaming device, but I see it pivoting. I see it pivoting. Yeah, I would love to get my hands on one. Again, I cannot stand the company Facebook. You call it Meta. Again, call it fluffy rainbow kitten fur. I don't care what you call that company. It's absolutely evil. I will not. I cannot support it. I won't buy one of their headsets. So at some point, I'll get my hands on a VR. I would love to try it out and see what kinds of different uses it'd be fun to to incorporate it with, yeah, outside of just gaming and stuff. But and at some point, I will. For the metaverse vision to be a success, it has to start with consumers getting on board with the idea that actually this technology does have a broad applications, isn't something that is a niche luxury. NRG research director Fergus Navartum Navartnam Blair told me. What can be done beyond adding more non-game content and distributing VR narrative experiences on major streaming services like Netflix can help shift perceptions. Uh, Bringing VR systems inside libraries or gyms, meanwhile, could showcase the technology's possibilities as an educational and wellness tool. Well, look, I mean, that's the thing. They're also being used in sports constantly. You'll see, I've seen them being used on, like, for instance, like inside, so like pro sports, you see them being used for, in place of like batting cages to assist people with um, working on their swings for baseball. You see them being used in golf, stuff like that, to work on your swing or your play on the field of golf, and stuff like that. So they're definitely branching out what VR's doing for the world. Um, I don't think we're stuck now in the fact that people just see VR as a gaming tool. Um, there's an appetite for people wanting to use this technology for self improvement, according to NRG Chief Marketing Officer Grady Miller. But those use cases, Miller added, are not necessarily front and center in the industry yet. They'll have to be eventually, otherwise, the metaverse will just be another video game platform. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think it's still quite often, excuse me, viewed that way, but it's changing. I see it pivoting. I see it changing. Call of Duty has lost 50 million players in a year. It was a bad year for Warzone. Call of Duty is bleeding players. Okay, look, they're also about to announce a new Call of Duty, though. It's going to be announced very soon. It's not going to be released yet. It's going to be announced very soon. Like, I think very, very soon. And it'll release probably in the fall. I think. Call of Duty is bleeding players, according to Activision's first 2022 investor report published today. Users across Call of Duty games plummeted throughout 2021 and 22, series which in 2021 reached 150 million monthly active users thanks to Call of Duty Warzone's immense popularity, has steadily lost 50 million players in a year. Now, Call of Duty has around 100 million players. It's still a whole lot of people. But it's the steepest decline the series has seen since Warzone released in 2020. Activision is attributing the sharp fall of disappointing sales for Call of Duty Vanguard and lower engagement in Warzone. Activision has mentioned Vanguard's lower than usual sales before, but considering Warzone is free to play, likely represents the biggest chunk of Call of Duty players, it probably deserves a lot of blame. Warzone's decline won't come as a surprise to average Warzone players. 50 million drop reflects what has been a disappointing year of updates to the game, including boring seasonal additions, disruptive balancing problems, and a new map that launched with game-breaking bugs that wouldn't be fixed for weeks. Well, there you go. I mean, no surprise then. They're not doing anything to maintain the player base. They've done things to hurt it. This is a tried and true, like, tale as old as time as far as how to get people to not play your game. So Activision increasingly seems to be banging its hopes on Infinity Ward, the fan favorite Call of Duty developer. The studio is working on a sequel to Modern Warfare 2019 coming later this year, as well as spearheading a sequel to Warzone made from the ground up on the engine powering the next Modern Warfare. Warzone 2, or whatever Activision decides to call it, will be unveiled sometime this year and releases in 2023. Oh, it's releasing in 2023? I thought they were releasing it later this year. So the sequel to Modern Warfare is coming later this year. Yeah. Okay. Warzone 2 is next year. Okay. Yeah. So this is what I was thinking of. Sequel to Modern Warfare is actually supposed to get announced really soon, I think, and then it'll be released later this year. All right. Here we go. You ready? Everybody ready to go to the first ever gaming prom? Let's get those tuxes out. The orchestral concert will feature music from Kingdom Hearts, Shadow of the Colossus, and Battlefield 2042. Does Battlefield 2042 have great music? I can't recall. BBC has announced that it will include video game music as part of its iconic proms for the first time. The Proms, which were founded in 1895, are a season of classical music concerts held every summer, mainly at the Royal Albert Hall in London. This year, of the 72 proms planned between July and September, one of them will be dedicated to video games. BBC has announced Prom 21, good number, will take place on August 1st and has the title Gaming Prom from 8-bit to Infinity. The prom will be performed by Royal Philharmonic Orchestra and conducted by Robert Ames, pictured above, who has previously conducted proms on Pioneers of Sound and sci-fi film music. Although the full program has yet to be confirmed, the event will include the European concert premiere of Battlefield 2042 score. Pieces confirmed so far are Battlefield 2042 Suite, 14 minutes, Dear Esther, I Have Begun My Ascent, 4 minutes, Kingdom Hearts excerpt, 4 minutes, Shadow of the Colossus excerpt, 8 minutes. Fantastic worlds, epic adventures, complex characters, and huge moral choices. The universe of computer gaming is a natural match for orchestral music. And in the 21st century, games have created a huge and passionate global audience for some of the most vivid, ambitious, and inventive music currently being written for symphony orchestra, reads the BBC's description of the event. In the first ever gaming prom, Robert Ames, best known at the proms for his explorations of sci-fi and electroacoustic music, takes an electronically expanded Royal Philharmonic Orchestra on an odyssey from the classic console titles of the 1980s through Jessica Curry's haunted soundscapes to the European concert premiere of music from Hildur, I Would Butcher This, and Sam Slater's score for Battlefield 2042. I'm sorry, Hildur. I would butcher your last name. I'm so sorry. Tickets for the show will go on sale on May 21st at 9 a.m. UK time, but are likely to sell out quickly, as do most proms tickets. However, the concert is one of 21 proms that are currently marked by the BBC as proms on TV, to be broadcast on BBC One, BBC Two, BBC Four, or online. It will also be available to listen to on the BBC Sounds app for up to 30 days after the performance. All right. Wick, we'll have to figure something out here, dude. London, right? Yeah, London. So are we going to prom in London, or are we actually just going to get some tuxes and watch this together? We'll figure it out. It's neat though. It's neat that they're incorporating. There's so much great music in video games. I love OSTs. I was promoting music this morning. Um, I mean, all different genres of music, styles of music, have been adapted and created to be incorporated within so many different types of video games, and there are some great, so many great soundtracks and OSTs out there from video games. As a matter of fact, I think that the game we're going to be playing today has a pretty fantastic soundtrack, uh, if I remember correctly. And I'm just a big fan of video game music, so it's nice to see uh, more and more and more video games are being um, seen for the incredible pieces of art that they actually uh, are the art, all encompassing pieces of art that they are, the graphical art that they incorporate, the music that they have, the great writing, and I mean, there's just so much that goes into these amazing games that we play all the time and that we love. And we've seen these art, you know just recently in the news section, we even saw uh, these competitions where uh, players were actually able to submit screenshots from games. Is it getting annoying to you, Pinky? Okay, well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Um, the Are you still liking the gameplay though? How's it going for you? Uh, we saw recently in the news section where there was a competition for uh, players being able to submit screenshots within games for a competition for a game art, right? What it does is not only incorporate the game player themselves into uh, be able to showcase the games that they love and what they're immersed in, but it gets to showcase the developers of these great titles and what they did in these games, right? And the same thing, the music and the writing and all these things. We're seeing uh, this happen across the board, and this is just another great example of some great video game music that is being showcased on another platform, right? It's great. It's great. You love to see it, man. You love to see it as just a lover of video games and the industry. This is great. This is great. So good stuff. Good stuff. Um, Anybody have anything else? It is a long news segment today. Yeah, we had a lot of articles, a lot of stuff to go through. Gameplay loop is fun. Good, dude. Good. Yeah, I've wanted to play Loop Hero for a long time, so I'm glad we're jumping into it today. It's been on my tentative schedule. I don't know that we're gonna play it like for a long time or anything. Maybe a couple of days, maybe. But it's been on my schedule for a long time. I've wanted to play it for a long time, and it just, I was like, let's just hop in it. Let's hop in it. I've had it installed for a while, and I was like, let's just do this. Um, if anybody has anything else they'd like to add or talk about before we close out, let me know. Um, I'll go ahead and just throw my 2 cents in here. We're going to be moving on to our gameplay segment. Hopefully everybody will be moving on with us. Thank you for attending the news segment. I love doing the news segment, staying up to date and current on what's going on in the industry. I'm very passionate about the industry. I love video games. I love playing video games. I always have. But staying current on what's going on in the industry in general is important to me. And I love doing it. I love doing the news segment. So um, all of these are getting put on YouTube. And they are also highlights on the Twitch channel. So if you are viewing this after the fact on YouTube, maybe consider hitting, and you're enjoying the content, consider hitting the like and subscribe button, and maybe even leave me a comment and um, see if you might be able to come down and hang out with us when we do these live. We go live every single day at 6 a.m. Central North American time, and we always start off with the news segment, okay, before we hop into our gameplay. So if you are not moving on to our Loop Hero gameplay, or if you are viewing this on YouTube or the Twitch channel as a highlight not live, then stay healthy, stay safe, be kind, and we will catch you next time. Okay.